Hi, I'm Sean Uslam. I'm the co-writer and cinematographer of Park Arcadia.
And I'm Darren Ray, the co-writer and director of Park Arcadia.
So why do you think it's important that your film is showing in San Jose? Does it have any ties to San Jose?
Yeah.
Well, first off, we shot it through San Jose State, so that's literally 2 blocks away from where we are right now. And not only was it shot at State, it was student run, student crew. It's in the heart of Silicon Valley, and even the locations we shot downtown, we shot on a street by the Tech Museum, we shot in an art gallery. So I think it's local people, when they see the film too, they'll recognize a lot of these pieces, and getting a chance to see it in this narrative format and not necessarily just like a documentary, like an iPhone, I think it would be a cool experience. So.
Yeah. And this is the first, we got into a couple other festivals. This is the first one that we were actually able to make it out to, and it's fitting that it's in San Jose. So
yeah, it's the first time we actually get to see it on the screen.
Yeah.
So if you want what do you want your audience, I guess, to feel after the movie, or what do they want to be leaving with, I guess?
Darren and I came up with the concept about more than a year ago now, and we wanted, it came from a pretty deep part of what we were talking about loss and how to deal with it and stuff. And I think at this age, people are starting to get into deeper and trying to figure out darker themes and stuff. So, I mean, if I were to personally have the honesty with anything, it would be, I don't know, maybe what it means to lose somebody, in a kind of permanent sense, because that's not something we deal with at this age a lot, I think, and so kind of how you deal with that and what it means to individually, what it means to lose somebody.
Yeah. I agree with him. I think it's a film that is understandable and digestible for all age groups, and especially our age group too, because we've all had pets or grandparents or even parents, and it's this idea of learning to cope with it and overcome with it. But at the same time, at the end of the day, a film is about entertainment. It's something that you want to lose yourself into. You go to the movies to break away from real life. So it kind of has this magic realism spin on it, and this kind of adventure that we pull you along. So on one end, it has the deeper meaning. It talks about loss and coping with that. But at the same time, we want it to be a fun adventure that people come out saying, "Wow, what's next?" or "Wow, what's going to happen? What was the backstory?" And just we want people to ask questions about it. And So far, we've gotten into 4 festivals. We've gotten into Miami International Sci-Fi, we got into Albany Film Fest, and we've also gotten into Cinequest, of course, and we just found out 2 days ago we got into Newport Beach, which we're really excited about too. And we actually have a lot more festivals that we should hear back in the next coming weeks. I think we applied to a couple in England because one of our lead actors, Dan, he lives over there, so we wanted to give a chance for his friends and family to get a chance to come out and see it. So hopefully, I think we applied to Edinburgh, Berlin, all those big festivals, and a lot of California, and even we applied to a lot of New York stuff too. So
yeah.
All right, so last questions, I guess, is what's next for you two? Do you guys feel like you guys can stay together, kind of go? What do you guys feel like you're doing after this?
I feel good about it. I mean, this was a passion project for both of us, and we both equally brought huge amounts to the table. And personally, we've talked about, this was kind of our first film we really dove into and wrote, because we didn't necessarily come from a writing background. So having this partner you can work with and collaborate with and bounce ideas off, I think it really takes the movie to the next level. And my mentality about filmmaking is not one person. You can be a director, but you still have 50 people under you that you rely on, and having he took the DP standpoint, I took the director standpoint, but we wrote it together. So we'd be in a scene, and after a performance, he wouldn't go up to the actor, he'd come up to me and say, "Hey, I think the actor can do this a little better this way." And I'm like, "You're right, it goes with the story better." Whereas the same thing with a lighting situation, he'll light something, and I can come over to him and I say, "Hey, I think it'll fit the scene better this way." And it's that collaboration. You still have your DP and your director separate, but when we need to collaborate, I think it comes together and it really shows. So
yeah. I think you're always trying to find somebody that you can collaborate and work with. and I think a lot of people are looking for that. I think that's something I found working on Arcadia is that like we do work together really well. Like we also have like the same ideas, and both of us coming from a lighting background, it definitely makes my job easier. Where it's like I can talk about lighting stuff, know what's happening, and we can like what he said, we really can bounce ideas back and forth.
We'd be working he would come over to my apartment at 6 p.m. and he'd stay there till 3 in the morning, and we'd just be, even if we weren't writing, we were thinking and talking and watching stuff together. And I think that just having that friendship and that bond really helps out in the collaboration of the product. So.
Well, thanks guys for this interview, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you. Hope you enjoy it. So.
Yeah.
I think you will.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.